How many times has this happened to you? You open a Google Doc to write an email for your client and your mind just blanks out. The typical writer's block. You don't know where to start, where to begin, where to end, what will you write in that email. It's happened to all of us. It keeps happening to all of us. I know because I'm an email copywriter myself. The biggest solution to this that I found, which changed how I approach email copywriting and never suffer writer's block, it's following copywriting frameworks, especially email copywriting frameworks. I'll talk about these copywriting frameworks and how they benefit us as email copywriters. So you'll never find a writer's block again. So check it out. Point number one, framework makes writing much easier. When we follow frameworks, it's a particular structure already. We just need to fill in the blanks. So especially as beginner email copywriters, it makes it really easy. Take the framework, write it in the Google Doc, follow what that means when I write as part of the framework, fill it up, and then you're done with the draft of the email. So really simple to do. Frameworks help us prevent writer's block. You don't need to worry about writer's block because in the framework, you just copy paste that framework and fill in the blanks. So it's everything is already provided for you and you can just start writing to create that draft. You don't need to even think about what you're going to write, at least from a point of view of starting. So it will give you what you need to write. Suppose, for example, it's the AIDA framework. So attention, interest, desire, action. So the first part of it is the attention. What can you write about this product that will get the customer's attention? So something like that. Point number 3, frameworks helps you focus on the reader. So when we are writing emails, we'll tend to write based on our ego or for the client. But when you pick a certain framework, say the AIDA framework again, attention, interest, desire, action, it's all related to the customer. So whatever you write, it's to provide some sort of information or value to the customer or directed towards the customer. So attention, you are gathering the attention of the customer. Interest, you are looking at the interest of the customer. Desires, you are looking at the desires of the customer. Action, you are writing in such a way that you want the customer to take some action. So everything is directed to the customer, which again makes it really easy to write your email copywriting work. Point number 4, you don't have to follow frameworks perfectly. You can start with them initially, but it's not necessary that you have to follow everything. You could skip something if it doesn't feel natural when you're writing, that's fine. But you want to start with that and as much as possible follow that. You don't even have to have all the sections written with the same weightage. Say again, it's AIDA, you don't have to write attention, interest, desire, action all having the same number of sentences or something like that. Attention could be 1 sentence, but your desire could be 10 bullet points. So it can vary like that. Point number 5, let's talk about the AIDA framework. So this is probably the best framework you can use for email copywriting because it works across all types of emails. As much as possible, you can use the AIDA framework. It's this attention, interest, desire, action that I talk about. So attention part is to gain the attention of the customer. Desire is to write about the desires of the customer. Interest is what interest the customer has, and action is finally the call to action, what action you want the customer to take. So this is the basic framework which can be used for any type of products that you want to promote. So when it comes to emails, attention comes via the subject lines. Attention, interest is basically the opening hooks. Then desire is the what benefits the customer can get, and action is finally the call to action. Point number 6 is about the PAS framework, which is another useful framework for email copywriting. Now this framework you can't apply across all emails, but any type of product where you have certain solution to a problem, like for example losing weight. So in that case it's a problem you're going to solve. So problem agitate solution is the PES framework. So you highlight the problem, you agitate it. So once you have highlighted the problem, agitation means you will say something that will bring more focus on the problem. So suppose it's losing weight, then you agitate by saying that because you are not losing weight, you are having pre-diabetic problems, you cannot walk around and you're feeling tired as you walk the stairs, something like that. You agitate that problem. And then the solution. So whatever is your product, how it ties into giving them the solution for that. So this is the PAS framework. Point number 7 is the SLO framework, so the story, lesson, offer. This also you can apply across any types of emails. You have a particular story you tell, and then you have a lesson. learned from that story, and then your offer. Now this story, the good thing about this is it doesn't even have to be related to the product itself. It can be any story about your daily life, about the client's life, about anything, about the latest news, whatever you can tie into the product. So you just say the story. It finally has a lesson, what you learned from that story, which then ties into the product, like how that product benefits or improves on that lesson. So this is also a useful framework which is flexible and you can use it for any of your email. Point number 8. So one good way to learn about this framework is to study existing emails and know which framework is being used. So the email that you're subscribed for, or your client's emails, or already emails that you have seen from other email copywriters, whatever it is, you just read through that and you can map it to the framework. So the frameworks that I mentioned, the AIDA framework, the PS framework, the SLO framework. So existing email, just go and look which framework they are following. So this is by practice you will come to know. You keep on reading the emails and you learn about the framework. So naturally you will see that, okay, this part of this email is the attention part, this part of the email is the interest part, this part of the email is the desires part, this part is the attention part. So automatically you'll start like understanding the frameworks more better by looking at existing emails that are using that. And point number 9 is to start using these frameworks and writing emails. So the way to become better at writing emails with frameworks is to write emails with framework. So start practicing it every day. Pick one product or something and you can write a particular email using any of these frameworks, AIDA, PASS or SLO. So daily practice, you do it for like 30 days and you will become a lot better at using these frameworks, and you will never have to suffer with writer's block when it comes to email copywriting. Your clients will be happy, you will be happy, and Google Docs will be happy that it's never going to be blank when you're writing emails. Now, this is one of the ideas which makes email copywriting simpler, easier to do, is use existing frameworks. I have created a video where I share why email copywriting is much easier than you think. Don't listen to gurus who are saying it takes you years and years to learn email copywriting. To learn email copywriting to be good enough, you can do that in like 30 to 60 days. Check this video up where I share all my tips, suggestions that can help you learn email copywriting and become better in just 30 to 60 days. So just check that out.